Micheal Cinco created a masterpiece when he made the Swarovski dress, a dress that has now taken its spot in history as one of the most expensive and unique pieces ever made by a designer. A true masterpiece. But he didn't just make one Swarovski dress. In fact, he had successfully mastered the art of incorporating the Swarovski crystals to deliver stunning dresses. Welcome to the luxury list. And in this video, we will be sharing all the details about this one-of-a-kind dress, its designer, how it was made, and for whom it was made. But just before delving into all the details, if you're new, we're glad to have you here. Click on the subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you don't miss out on more interesting videos like this one. To start with, who is Micheal Cinco and how did he rise to fame? Micheal Cinco is a Filipino designer based in Dubai. He was born on the 27th of August, 1971, and he grew up on the island of Samar in the central Philippines. His interest in fashion started at a young age when Cinco would dream of the glamour of dressing Audrey Hepburn, Marlene Dietrich, and Grace Kelly in his own creations. He said, "I pictured those fabulous heroines and imagined dressing them up in my creations. I chased after those visions." Cinco really chased after his vision when he took the brave step to leave his hometown and move to Dubai to establish his fashion line. Still before then, Cinco took the necessary education to master his art. Cinco attended the prestigious University of the Philippines, Diliman, where he studied fine art for 2 years before transferring to Slim's Fashion and Art School in Manila. Afterward, he attended the Central St. Martin's in London, where he took up supplementary courses. Cinco arrived in Dubai in 1997, and by 2003 he had established his fashion line named after him. Cinco shared what moving to Dubai was like, saying, "Moving to the Middle East was a big leap for me. The region is a haven of couture." However, he didn't reach the top of his career overnight. When he eventually settled in Dubai, he took a job at Ganati. Ganati was one of the biggest fashion houses in the Middle East. He started working there as an assistant designer. After 3 months, he was promoted to the position of chief designer. Soon after he took the position, he was hit with the challenges of being a Filipino fashion designer. Ganati began to lose customers slowly. "I had to reinvent the fashion house. It was beginning to lose its magic, and the number of clients was dwindling," he shared in an interview. He had to be at the fabric stores where he could catch rich clients who would be looking for fashion houses to make their clothes, hoping they would hire him. There was also the discrimination he faced as a Filipino fashion designer. Often clients would ask about his nationality before they hire him. When they find out he is Filipino, he never gets a call back. In an interview with Tatler, Cinco explained this, saying, "Dubai was dominated by American and European designers, so when an artist says he or she is Filipino, the client is immediately turned off. If we were assisted by Europeans or Americans, we were accepted. But if it's just an Asian, the level of trust plunges. They think all Filipinos are either tailors who cannot design or just the assistants of Western designers. I really worked hard for that image to change." The discrimination was one factor that pushed him to take a supplementary course in Central St. Martin's, London, so he could proudly tell his clients he studied there. Cinco has worked hard to get to the spot where he is today, with notable works that have had his name splashed all over social media and other media outlets. Thanks to his one-of-a-kind couture designs, his ability to pay attention to details, his mastery over fabrics and techniques, and his ability to create unimaginable dresses that seem heavy but easily flow. And on the list of some of his notable creations is the Swarovski wedding dress. On the 16th of June 2016, Victoria Swarovski, a singer and judge on Germany's Got Talent, who is also the heiress to the Swarovski fortune, tied the knot to her sweetheart Werner Mertz. She chose Micheal Cinco for obvious reasons. He is a master at what he does, and he didn't disappoint. He turned Victoria Swarovski into a real-life fairy tale bride in her wedding dress. Victoria's Swarovski wedding dress was a Princess A-line style, decorated with laser-cut flowers and paillettes. Not just that, it was covered in 500,000 Swarovski crystals. But the dress had a full skirt, sheer bodice that had applique on the sleeves and neckline. The dress reportedly cost $1 million to make. Cinco shared photos of the Swarovski Dress on his Instagram page with the caption, "The stunning singer and model, Victoria Swarovski, wears a 6-meter train crystallized couture Micheal Cinco wedding gown encrusted with full crystals, paillettes, and laser-cut flowers on her wedding day." Cinco shared how the dress was brought to life, telling Inquirer Lifestyle that she told me on the phone that she wanted something spectacular, but at the same time classic and elegant, and of course with Swarovski crystals. According to Cinco, it took 5 months to get the dress done. The dress had a dramatic ball skirt, with intricate beadwork done on it and a 5-meter train. Cinco talked about how they were able to get so much crystal, which of course was never a problem for the Swarovski Dress. When she came to Dubai for her fitting last May, she was with her 2 stunning sisters, and they brought 3 suitcases full of Swarovski crystals, which made it easy to embellish the dress with all that crystal. Although reports claim that the dress weighed 46 kilograms, Cinco shut that down, saying she would never have been able to walk if it weighed that much. He did not only make Victoria's wedding dress, but he also made the form-fitting red dress that was also covered in more Swarovski crystals. She wore the dress to the dinner that was organized on the eve of the wedding. The dress had a plunging neckline and a voluminous train. Cinco definitely outdid himself while making Victoria's dress. But he definitely didn't run out of ideas and inspiration when other brides reached out to him to make her own Swarovski wedding dress. And when the dress was done and revealed, the internet couldn't get enough of it, with many calling it the most beautiful dress in the world. The dress first gained public attention when Cinco posted a video of it on his Instagram page with the caption, "It takes a village just to transport a 3-meter couture wedding gown from the studio to the client's final fitting." In the video, you could clearly see more than 2 people moving the bridal gown to the fitting room. Apparently, the bride is from a very prominent family in Abu Dhabi, and made the best decision when she reached out to Cinco to make her dream wedding dress. The bride had an idea of what she wanted the dress to look like. According to Cinco, she brought a picture showing a Dior couture gown from the 50s. The cost of the dress was not disclosed, but given that it was covered in more than 200,000 Swarovski crystals, it isn't too hard to guess that the dress cost millions of dollars. The dress was also not easy to create, and it took months before it was completed. According to Cinco, the dress took 1,000 hours to complete and was handmade by 15 skilled artisans. Cinco gave more details about what went into making the dress, saying, "We started from the design specifications and made some embroidery samples and fittings. After everything had been approved, we started production. The gown has painstakingly intricate crystal embroidery on every petal or layer of the train. Each of these petals has to be attached by hand, and the exquisite work on the wedding gown was also all made by skilled hands." He also added that the theme is flowers in an enchanted garden. The bride specifically liked the tulip layers of Dior, and I was inspired to create something accordingly, but gave it a twist that made the look very M5. Just looking at this crystallized perfection, you will wonder if it's possible for anyone to wear and walk in it. Cinco cleared such doubt, saying it actually is wearable and that it may look heavy, but it floats. Cinco is a force to be reckoned with when it comes to making couture outfits. This is why we have seen his clothes on notable celebrities like Beyoncé, Lady Gaga, and Christina Aguilera. We wonder what they do with these dresses after wearing them once. If you know, share it with us in the comment section. While you do that, make sure you're subscribed to this channel by clicking on the subscribe button and turning on your notification button so you don't miss out on more interesting videos like this one. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. And thank you for watching.